Welcome to the Learning Resource Center of Thomas Nelson Community College. I'm Dr. Richard Peters. As Director of the Learning Resource Center, it is my pleasure to take this opportunity to give you information about our professionally qualified staff and services, and to make you feel welcome so that you'll come back often and take advantage of this rich resource which has been provided for you at absolutely no charge. Information, technique, and skills are the keys to success in today's world. Our nation's libraries and learning resource centers contain the combined knowledge and information of man's creative genius. Your Learning Resource Center here at Thomas Nelson has its share. Much of that information and knowledge is highlighted in your classroom and laboratory experiences. Every faculty member has the difficult job of trying to select that part of the available information and data on any given subject which will be the most helpful and useful for you. We would like to think of the Learning Resource Center as a cost-free addition to those classes. The faculty will encourage you to explore different parts of the course more fully in the Learning Resource Center. You may find areas of special interest which are not able to be emphasized in the course, or you may discover, as many of us have, that the end of the course only marks the beginning of our continuing task of staying abreast, learning new things, or exploring a subject or problem in depth. This is the opportunity laid before you today. Our staff consists of professional librarians, audiovisual specialists, and a variety of technicians in photography, graphics, electronics, and television. Some help faculty produce materials, others help you use the films, videotapes, books, etc. in our collection. In addition, there are several clerical staff members, all well qualified and trained to provide a variety of services. You have all heard the old bit about being able to lead a horse to water but not being able to make it drink. During this presentation, you will be introduced to several helpful people with a wealth of valuable information and a sincere desire to be of help. You will be encouraged to make use of our services. These resources probably represent one of the major differences between this and other educational experiences. We've tried very hard to make the Learning Resource Center at Thomas Nelson attractive and easily used. Please do yourself a favor and let us help you. Here is Dr. Christy Vernon, Coordinator of Library Services. She will conduct you on your tour of your Learning Resource Center.
Hello. This tape has been made so that you can tour the library at your own personal convenience and still get all the information that would be available to you in a scheduled orientation group tour. In fact, we hope this method will be more useful, since you can stop the tape whenever you wish, or listen to any parts of it over again. Please feel free to ask questions of the staff as you go along. We have found that people who know their way around the Learning Resource Center use the area more and enjoy the use of it more. They believe that it helps them with their studies, and that the use of the library is a pleasure throughout life. We will tell you what kinds of books, reference materials, and audiovisual software we have, where they are located, the kinds of services we can give you, how to use the basic library tools, and we will introduce you to our staff. If you are taking this tour for credit in the Student Orientation Program, you must take a multiple-choice test after listening to the tape. A staff member will sign the test, and then you should return it to your orientation instructor. In any case, you are welcome to take the test if you wish to do so as a means of evaluating the information you have learned. We will give you the key to the test when you have finished, so you can be sure of your answers. We also welcome your comments on the tour and on the test at any time, so that we can improve both the tour and the test. There are several maps of our buildings posted on the walls, and there is a small map on the desk in front of you. You may wish to pick one up and take it with you. Please note that the numbers on the map are the same as the orientation station numbers. Now you are ready to go. Orientation Station 1 is the circulation desk. Here is Linda Hoffler, the circulation librarian, to tell you what its functions are.
Hello, I'm Linda Hoffler. Ann Roseman and I are in charge of the circulation department of the library. Since the surroundings may be new to you, let us give you a brief visual tour of the Learning Resource Center, of which the library is a part. As you face the front of the circulation desk, the general book collection is to your left in the tall green shelves we call the stacks. The collection now contains about 45,000 volumes and is still growing. Closer to the desk on your left are 2 rows of cabinets with drawers. This is the card catalog, divided into author, title, and subject sections. It lists all the book and audiovisual holdings in the library. Turning your back to the circulation desk, you will see the periodical desk directly in front of you and the stacks holding the back issues of the periodicals behind it. The 2 magazine racks hold the latest issues of our most popular magazines. As you face the circulation desk, you will see the stacks holding the reference collection directly behind it. To the left of these stacks, you will see the reference desk, and to the right, against the rear wall, you will see the audiovisual software circulation desk. The library workroom and the Learning Resource Center offices can be seen in the far left corner. This library is a public facility, and as such may be used by all Tidewater residents. We are open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday. We also have Saturday hours which are posted. On this visit to the library, we ask that you fill out our registration card. If you have not already done so, please turn off the tape and do so now. Once this is completed, you may check out library materials by bringing them to the circulation desk with your card and merely printing your name on the book card. Nearly all the materials in our collection may be borrowed for a period of time. A normal loan period for most books, records, and cassettes is 2 weeks. Renewals must be made in person. Reserved materials, college catalogs, items from the vertical file, and magazines may circulate for 1 to 3 days, or for only a few hours, depending upon demand. Reference materials do not usually circulate. Persons not returning materials by the due date are subject to fines of 5 cents a day. In the case of reserved materials, 50 cents per day. These fines are enforced so that the books will be available for all. A moment ago, I mentioned reserved materials and vertical file. There are several special collections held here at the circulation desk. Ann Roseman, the reserve librarian, will tell you more about these collections. Our reserve collection is a group that includes some textbooks and supplementary materials, books, articles, or AV materials, assigned by the faculty for student use during the current quarter. To enable many students to have access to them in a short time, these items are available to be used only in the library or on an overnight loan or for a 3-day period. We must emphasize that this is done so that all students may have a chance to use scarce materials. If they are not returned on time, the fine is 50 cents a day. The reserve collection is also made up of books over which we feel we need greater control because of their tendency to disappear from the open shelves. This group of books includes, for example, items of special value, such as a zip code directory or auto mechanics. Some of the books may be checked out for the regular 2-week loan period. Several kinds of periodicals, such as art, architecture, and some women's studies, for example, are also held on reserve. A row of black filing cabinets inside the circulation desk contains a collection called the vertical file. In the file are pamphlets, booklets, travel folders, maps, clippings from magazines and newspapers, and other miscellaneous items, arranged in folders by subject. These are supplementary materials not found in your regular research sources, and information from this file can often be helpful when writing a paper. Please ask the staff to help you with a vertical file. Incidentally, the Library Circulation Department also maintains the college archives, the documents and clippings which record college history. A large assortment of non-book materials called media, or audiovisual software, are shelved in the audiovisual desk area. Films, film strips, slides, and combinations of these can be checked out on a 24-hour loan from the AV circulation desk or used in the room. When these materials are on reserve, they will be located at the circulation desk. On the outside left of the circulation desk is the leisure reading collection, bestsellers and paperbacks available for a 2-week loan. On the outside shelves to the right is a group of records and cassettes, which may be checked out for 2 weeks. A large collection of college catalogs from most of the 4-year institutions in the country is found on microfiche, near the AV section in the rear. We also have a small collection of college catalogs that are not found on microfiche. These are located behind the reference shelves at the back of the library and may be checked out for 3 days. In conclusion, we want you to know that we are glad to have you here. Please feel free to ask any questions at any time if there is something you don't understand. Your comments and suggestions for purchases or improved service are always welcomed. On the desk, you will find a card you can use for this purpose. Thank you.
The next stop on the tour is the card catalog, which you will see to your left as you face the circulation desk. This is Orientation Station 2. Here is Eileen Schweitzer, catalog librarian, to tell you about it.
Hello. Our card catalog is a divided catalog. That is, we have 3 separate sections: author, title, and subject. The subject, as you know, tells what the book is about. All cards within these sections are in alphabetical order. It is divided to make it easier for us to file the cards, and also for you to find your special item. Please find the title sections on your left on the front and take out one of the drawers. We use the title section for this example because it is the easiest. You may find several books in a catalog by the same author and many cards under the same subject, but you will rarely find a duplication of a title. Cards are filed in alphabetical order, word by word, except that in the subject catalog, the historical subdivisions are filed by date order. Abbreviations, acronyms, and initials without interior punctuation, such as DR, Doctor, IBM, COBOL, COBOL, are filed as words. If a card says C or C also, look under the words it suggests. Please look through these cards. Notice that each of them has a set of letters and numbers in the upper left-hand corner. This is the call number. When you find a book you want, always write this number down. It tells you where to find the book on the shelf. The letter, or letters, on the first line of the call number stands for the general subject area. The second line, which consists of numbers, is a further subject subdivision. The third line, which is a combination of letters and numbers, represents the author's last name. Please go to the end of the card catalog, and you will see a sign which explains the Library of Congress classification system. You are probably familiar with the Dewey Decimal System, which breaks all fields of knowledge down into 10 main subject areas, divided into 100s, 200s, and so on. The Virginia community colleges use a different system called the Library of Congress, or LC system. It divides the fields of knowledge into 200 main areas by letters of the alphabet. This means our books are on the shelves in alphabetical order, not in numerical order. On the sign, you can see that G stands for geography and M for music. These are coincidences. There is really no connection between the letter symbols and the subjects themselves. Take a minute and study this system. There is no need to memorize it. The librarians don't usually know it by heart either. There are 2 very important things to notice. Fiction and biography are not separated from the other books in the LC system. They are cataloged and placed on the shelf by call number. Biographies will be placed on the shelf in the subject area for which the person is best known. For example, presidents' biographies are in American history. The fiction is divided by the author's nationality and the century in which he lived. When you use the subject catalog, if you have trouble finding your subject, try narrowing down the subject, or making it broader, or using a synonym. You can also look in the big red books called the LC subject headings, which is on the table between the catalogs. Although I always say books, you will notice as you look through the cards that some of them have words above the call number, such as film strip, phonotape, phonodisc, and so on. This tells you that the item is a piece of audiovisual material, and that it is not a book. This library has a completely integrated service in books and media because we believe we are dealing in information, not merely in books as such. We buy and catalog all the audiovisual software for the school. If you are looking up any subject, you will find all the different forms of material listed in the card catalog, not just the books. In addition, there are several drawers on the subject side which contain a listing of all media holdings by format. It is called the AV shelf list. That is, if you wish to know what movies or records or tapes are held, you can find a complete listing in these catalog drawers. You will also notice that some of the call numbers have REF above them or are stamped reference. This means they are held in the reference area. A few of the cards have a red plastic cover on them that say Reserve. These materials are available at the circulation desk. Write the call number down and ask the person on duty to get it for you. Now, if you would, please look through the cards until you see an entry, that is, the author, title, and other information on a card, which interests you. Copy down the call number and look for the material in the stacks, in reference, or at the circulation desk. The stacks are the rows of shelves on your left where the bulk of the library holdings are shelved. The books start on the first row on your left with the call numbers beginning with A and proceed in alphabetical order. If you have any trouble at all finding the item, please go to one of the desks and ask one of us to help you. Turn the tape off now, and when you have found your material, turn it back on for the next part of the tour. Thank you.
If you will walk straight across the terrazzo walkway from the circulation desk, you will see Orientation Station number 3, the periodical section of the library. Helen Chang is the reference librarian whose desk is located here, and she will give you a tour of this area.
Hello. You see in front of you 7 ranges of wooden stacks which contain large green boxes. These shelves hold the periodicals, that is, the magazines and newspapers. They are in alphabetical order by title beginning on the front right-hand side. Newspapers are placed on the bottom shelf of these stacks. If you move to your right to the area containing the large sets of books, you will arrive at the index tables. If you want to find periodical articles on certain topics, you need to look in one of the indexes found on these tables. These indexes come out periodically and are bound with each volume representing a different date interval. The most current volumes are usually in paperback form. Many periodical indexes have formats similar to the Reader's Guide, so we will use it as a model to explain the use of indexes. The Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature, usually called simply the Reader's Guide, is a popular index and is found on index table number 1. Please turn off the tape and locate the Reader's Guide, the large green books on table number 1, and open one of the volumes. The Reader's Guide is a subject and author index to the magazines that are listed in the front of each volume. We subscribe to most of the magazines indexed in the Reader's Guide. The most common approach to using the Reader's Guide is to look up a subject on which you want to find magazine articles. As you look at the subjects listed in bold print on the far left of each column, you will see that a subject may have several articles listed. The information given for each article is title, author, name of magazine, volume, page numbers, and issue of the magazine. The name of the magazine is often abbreviated, so it is a good idea to check the list of abbreviations found at the beginning of each volume to determine the complete magazine title. Once you have found the exact title of the magazine you want, you should check the computer printouts found on the index tables, or the Cardex, which is the metal chart found on table number 1. Both the computer printouts and the Cardex list all the periodicals in the library in alphabetical order and show the years we hold for each one. Many of our magazines are discarded after a year or two and are then replaced with microfilm. The Cardex and the computer printouts will tell you in what form each magazine appears. On the Cardex, microfilm holdings are indicated by the letter M following the title. On the computer printouts, when microfilm is available, an M will be found in the Type Hold column. The filing cabinets with the microfilm in them are against the wall in the index area. The magazines on microfilm are located in the brown cabinets, and the newspapers on microfilm are kept in the beige cabinets farther down the wall. The microfilm is filed alphabetically by title and then by date within each title. Each microfilm drawer is equipped with a latch that is located to the left of the drawer handle. In order to release the catch that holds the drawer closed, this latch must be drawn toward the handle while the drawer is being pulled. If this latch is not used, the drawer will not open. Take time to look in the drawers if you wish. The microfilm can be read on any one of the library's 5 microfilm readers. 2 readers are on the table to the right of the cabinets, 2 are against the back wall facing Hastings Hall, and 1 is on the table between the 2 sections of microfilm cabinets. This table also holds 2 microfiche readers. The 2 microfilm readers to the right of the microfilm cabinets are actually reader printers. This means that in addition to allowing you to read the microfilm, these machines can also provide you with a photocopy of the microfilm at a cost of 10 cents per page. This area of the library also houses indexes that can be used to find book reviews. Index table number 6 has several different indexes that cover books published in the past few decades. If you have any difficulty with the indexes or periodicals, or with any reference inquiry, please feel free to ask questions. I am available at all times to help you with any reference problems.
At this time, please walk in front of the circulation desk toward the glass exit doors until you come to the Station 4 sign on the bookcase to the right of the circulation desk. To the left of the exit doors, you can see one of our copy machines. There are also 2 other copiers located at the rear of this room near the reference section. For 5 cents, you can make a copy of any material in single sheet or book form, up to size 8.5 by 14 inches. Our policy is to keep the cost low so that you can always copy anything you need, library materials, notes, documents, and so forth. We check out all the library material we possibly can, all the magazines, and even reference books when necessary. However, most reference books only contain a few pages of information that you will need at any one time, so it is better for all the patrons if everyone copies when necessary and leaves the volumes here to be available at all times. Behind the display cases with the orientation station sign on them is the collection of out-of-town telephone directories. We have most cities in Virginia and many other large cities in the United States. For several areas, we have both white and yellow pages. These are especially useful for looking up businesses. The very large blue and green picture on the wall to the left of the exit was painted for the library by the first head of our art department, Zia Sever. This whole side of the LRC contains many carols, which are the enclosed study tables. Most of them are wired so that audiovisual equipment can be played in them. Tape cassettes, film strips, slides, and so on can be used in these carols. This will be described in more detail later in the tour. You may have heard the expression learning laboratory. This part of the LRC is sometimes used by classes and also by individuals who wish to work independently with audiovisual materials. Most students at Thomas Nelson will have at least one opportunity to work on class materials in this manner. As you walk to the back of the room, you will notice a door in the far right-hand corner. This door leads to the offices of the Dean of Instruction, Dr. Joseph Pioni, and also to our 2 media classrooms. You may go into this area and look around if you wish. The multimedia classrooms are the rooms numbered 253 and 255. These rooms are equipped with movie screens, capable of front or rear screen projection for movies or slides, as well as wall-mounted television receivers. They are scheduled with regular classes, but are sometimes available for special meetings, programs, or presentations. Mrs. Guidus, in the office of the Dean of Instruction, is responsible for their scheduling. Orientation Station 5 consists of the entire right wing of the Learning Resource Center, through which you have just passed, and the control room, which you can see through the window on the rear wall. Here is Nick Colton, coordinator of AV services, who will tell you about the audiovisual services of the college.
Welcome. As coordinator of audiovisual services, I'd like to briefly explain our function as an integral part of the Learning Resource Center. Our services are mostly behind the scenes, assisting faculty and supporting the academic programs with educational technology. In this capacity, our service is divided into 2 units, AV Operations and AV Production. The AV Operations unit is responsible for equipment delivery on and off campus, maintenance and repair, and special setups such as PA systems or certain projection equipment. The AV Production unit is responsible for photographic, graphic arts, audio, and television instructional materials used in classroom and laboratory teaching presentations. So our prime function is academic and instructional support by providing audiovisual equipment and locally produced AV materials for the various programs at the college and helping our faculty in their efforts to improve the teaching learning process. Although most of our contact with students is indirect, we do have one service provided within the LRC that gives us direct contact with you. As you are given assignments that must be carried out in the Learning Lab area, you will use specially equipped study carrels that are designed to support your instructional program by providing viewing and listening capabilities, using film strips, slides, videotapes, audio tapes, and/or a combination of media types. The AV materials used in these study carrels can be checked out from the AV circulation desk. If you experience any difficulty with the equipment or materials, please ask for assistance. Pay particular attention to any instructions posted within each study carrel. Our service is to produce instructional materials and provide equipment to the classrooms for faculty. But if you have any ideas or would like to know more about our operation, please feel free to come by and see me. Best of luck while at TNCC.
The sign for Orientation Station 6 is located on the audiovisual circulation desk, which is at the right side of the door to the rear hall. Here is Ruth Ash, who is in charge of the services in this area.
The library circulation desk provides the faculty with all audiovisual software needs, such as 16mm films, film strips, slides, transparencies, and videotapes. It also provides the students with software that is not on reserve and assistance in using the equipment in the LRC area. Incidentally, this equipment is called hardware, and the materials shown on the hardware are called software, in case you have wondered about these terms. All videotapes used in the self-paced math and psychology courses are held at the main library circulation desk. However, there are some film strips and other audiovisual materials which may apply to these courses in the library software circulation area. All the audiovisual materials assigned to nursing students are housed in the library software circulation area. We will be glad to help students locate materials for special class presentations and make suggestions on ways to use the materials effectively upon request. Students can check out software at this desk for use outside the center if it has not been reserved previously by someone else. Due to the extensive use of software materials, 16mm films, film strips, slides, and videotapes can be checked out for a 24-hour period only. Records and cassette tapes can be checked out for a 2-week period from the main library circulation desk. Anytime you need assistance with the equipment in the LRC area, please feel free to come by and ask for help. The faculty may also request material on preview or rental at this desk. Anytime they need assistance in finding out what software is available in specific subject areas, I will be glad to research the subject and let them know the titles and sources.
Please go now to station number 7. When you face away from the AV software desk, the reference librarian's desk is to your right, just beyond the bookcases, or stacks as we call them. Here you will get help with reference questions and also directions for use of the library and library materials. Our reference librarian is Lynn Gallagher.
Welcome to the reference area. Behind my desk you can see 4 ranges of stacks which contain reference books. They are also arranged in alphabetical order by call number, just as the books are in the circulating collection. You can identify a reference book because the letters R, E, F are printed above the call number both on the label on the side of the book and on the card in the card catalog. Books are not placed in reference because they have a mysterious quality of some sort or because they are expensive. Reference books are those to which you refer for brief or very specific information, such as statistics, charts, maps, and so on. They are not usually checked out, but kept on hand for everyone to use at all times. If you need some information for work at home, you can copy the pages you want for 5 cents a page. If necessary, you can ask to take the book home overnight. We would rather not check out volumes of new encyclopedias. However, the most recent older sets are in the circulating book collection. Among the most frequently used reference books are dictionaries, encyclopedias, directories, almanacs and yearbooks, atlases, biographical works, bibliographies, and law books. Dictionaries tell the meaning and history of words, and encyclopedias give brief articles on almost all subjects. Encyclopedias are a good place to look first for general information on a subject. Be sure to look first in the index of any encyclopedia because it will mention names or topics located in the articles that are not important enough to have an entire article about them. One important thing to know is that there are dictionaries and encyclopedias on every topic under the sun. Unabridged dictionaries give the meanings of all English words. Abridged ones give the meanings for a selection of the most used words. There are dictionaries in various languages and in most subject areas. There are also general encyclopedias and encyclopedias on special subjects, such as the McGraw-Hill Encyclopedia of Science and Technology. There are also special services, such as Facts on File, Congressional Quarterly, and editorial research reports. There are local city directories and special directories which tell you where to locate associations and individuals, both private and governmental, in all fields of activity. Almanacs and yearbooks will give you names, dates, events, agriculture and industrial production figures, and a multitude of statistical facts and graphs. They are published once a year, so you would use this year's almanac or yearbook for the most current information. Atlases will show you maps and charts, giving all kinds of geographical and geological information, both current and throughout history. As you know, a biography gives the facts about a person's life, while a bibliography is a list of books and articles in a subject field. There are many biographical and bibliographical materials in the reference section. For example, the Dictionary of Biography, which tells about people who are no longer living, as well as current biography and Who's Who in America, which tell about many well-known personalities of the present time, are a few of the biographical materials available. We have the United States Code, which contains federal, national laws, and the Code of Virginia, as well as some books of laws for peninsula cities and counties. Against the rear wall, you will see a microfiche reader and 2 or 3 drawers of microfiche. This is our college catalog collection. In this collection, we have a catalog from almost every college in the United States. Also on microfiche, we have catalogs which let you know which books are owned by libraries in Tidewater and in the state of Virginia. These microfiche are kept in the black binders to the left of the microfiche machine. The machine is easy to use, but if you need help, please ask. In case you are wondering where the restrooms are located, you can find them through the door to the right of the display case and down the hall. Another copy machine is located in the reference area. It is against the wall to the right of the microfiche collection. This one accepts nickels only and gives copies on legal-size paper. As part of the reference service, we also conduct orientation tours and give presentations to your classes in the use of the library in general or in a special subject area, such as English or sociology. We will gladly give these presentations in the library or in your classroom if your instructor asks us to do so. I am also happy to help you individually in the library at any time. Please don't hesitate to ask for my help. That is the main reason I'm here. Thank you.
Please go now to the rear left-hand corner of the library, where you see the sign near the door of room 228A, which says Orientation Station 8. Here is Diane Vinson, the Acquisitions Librarian.
Hello. I supervise the ordering of all library and audiovisual materials. If you wish to suggest something for purchase, please do so on the card available at the circulation desk. We are committed to building a collection which supports the classes and is well balanced in all areas. We welcome your suggestions. Although you will have little need to consult the workroom staff, their work is at the heart of the Learning Resource Center service. They order all the books, magazines, newspapers, and audiovisual software for the Learning Resource Center. They also catalog and process them and get them ready for circulation. The professional librarian in charge of cataloging is Eileen Schweitzer. Behind the glass windows to your left are the offices of the Director of Learning Resources and the coordinators of library and audiovisual services. The Learning Resource Center Secretary is Joyce Forson. Please feel free to call on us at any time.
One last and very important piece of information. You have no doubt been aware during your tour that there are special gates on all the LRC exits. These are security system gates, and if you go through one of them with material which has not been properly checked out, an alarm will sound and the gate will lock. So please be very careful about checking materials out at the appropriate desk. The Learning Resource Center is a big open space which is designed to serve many functions at the same time. We try to keep it clean, attractive, and quiet so that it is always a place where you can go to read or to study. We keep food, smoking, and loud activities outside for the sake of everyone who uses it. Nobody needs to sit on spilled coffee or find Coke sticking up the equipment buttons. If you want to carry on a conversation with your friends, please go to the Commons and not to the library. If you feel a little embarrassed occasionally because we ask you not to talk in here, please think how dumb we feel having to ask, and try to bear with us. We get quite a few complaints from students who feel the library should be quiet, and we hope you will appreciate our efforts when you need to come in here and study. You have now finished the tour. If you are taking the tour for the orientation class, mark the test sheet which the librarian will give you and return it to your instructor. We will be glad to show you the answer key when you are finished so that you may check your answers. Also, please feel free to comment on ways in which the tour could be improved or to ask about anything which you may still wish to have explained. Thank you very much for your participation. Please come and see us.